Hello my friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I'm ready with a beautiful knitting pattern and I have already cast 24 stitches. This is a 10 row pattern, so let us start off with the first row. The edge stitch is either slipped off or we work a knit. After that we are going to work a purl. This is not the part of the pattern. The repeat pattern starts from here. It's going to be a knit, yarn forward, 8 number of purl. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So 8 number of purl is done. Yarn backwards, a knit. So that's the edge stitch. After that a purl to balance the pattern, and after that we have 10 stitches. So let's repeat the pattern again. This 10 stitches has to be worked here too. So we are going to start off with a knit, yarn forward, 8 number of purl. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Yarn backwards, a knit. So the pattern is done. 2 stitches left. One is going to be purl to balance the pattern and the edge stitch is going to be a knit. So the first row of the pattern has come to an end. Let us start off with the second row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. After that we are going to purl all across till the very last stitch of this row. Now I would like to repeat, this is a 10 row pattern, perfect for sweaters, cardigans, pullovers, caps, anything, and we need stitches in the multiple of 10 plus 4. So I have taken 10 into 2 is 20 plus 4, that is 24 stitches for this particular sample. And here we are working the second row of the pattern, which is again extremely easy. We just have to purl all across. So the second row here comes to an end. Let's move on to the third row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. Yarn forward. This stitch is to balance the pattern. Yarn backwards. Now the 2 stitches we are going to shift. The second stitch is going to come in the front from the back side of the work. So here the second stitch takes the first position, then work 2 number of knit. So that's done. Now yarn forward, we are going to work 6 number of purl. That's the third, the fourth, fifth and the 6th. Now yarn backwards. We are again going to shift the stitch, this time from the front side of the work. The second stitch is again going to come in the front, and then we work 2 number of knit. So our very first set of pattern is complete. Now let's work the second set. It's going to start off with shifting of the stitch, but from the back side of the work. The second stitch is going to come in the front, and let's work 2 number of knit. 1 and 2. Yarn forward, 6 number of purl. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Yarn backwards. Now shifting of the 2 stitches, but this time from the front side of the work, and then we work 2 number of knit. 1 and 2. 2 stitches left. Finally yarn forward, a purl, yarn backwards, a knit. So the third row of the pattern has come to an end. Now let's work the fourth row of the pattern, which is extremely easy. The edge stitch is slipped off. After that we are going to purl all across. This is the fourth row of the pattern. Now for this pattern we need stitches in the multiple of 10 plus 4. So for this sample I have taken 10 into 2 is 20 plus 4, that is 24 stitches, and it is a 10 row pattern. But in spite of being a 10 row pattern, the wrong sides are very easy to work. We just have to purl all across. So here my fourth row comes to an end. The edge stitch is also going to be a pearl. So now let us move on to a new row. This is the fifth row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. Yarn forward a pearl to balance the pattern. Now from here the pattern starts. Let's work a knit, and then we are going to shift the 2 stitches. Now the second stitch is going to come in the front, and then we are going to work 2 number of knit, 1 and 2. Yarn forward, 4 number of pearl, 1 2 3 4. Yarn backwards. Again we are going to shift the stitch. The second stitch is going to come in the front, but this time it is going to be from the front side of the work, and we are going to work 2 number of knit. We have 9 stitches left, 9 stitches there, so that's the 10th one. So our very first set of pattern is done. That's the edge stitch. After that a stitch to balance the pattern. After that we have 10 stitches. Now let's repeat again. It's going to start with a knit. Now shifting of the stitch, the first stitch goes to the second position. The second stitch is going to come to the front position from the back side of the work. We always must remember it has to be from the back side. After that we work 2 number of knit. Yarn forward, 4 number of pearl, 3 and 4. Yarn backwards, again the shifting. The second stitch is going to come in the front from the front side of the work, and then we are going to work 2 number of knit. Finally a knit to end the pattern. We have 2 stitches left. Yarn forward, a pearl to balance the pattern, and then the edge stitch is going to be a knit. So the 5th row has come to an end. This is how the pattern has started looking. Let us move on to the 6th row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. After that it is going to be pearl all across. This is the 6th row of the pattern, which is just to pearl all across. So the 6th row comes to an end. Let us move on to the 7th row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. Yarn forward, a pearl to balance the pattern. Yarn backwards. From here starts the repeat pattern. It's going to be 2 number of knit. After that the shifting of the stitch. The second stitch is going to come in the front from the back side, and then we work 2 number of knit. That's done. Yarn forward, 2 number of pearl. Yarn backwards. Again the shifting of the stitch from the front side of the work. Yes, now let's work 2 number of knit. After that's done, after the shifting and working of 2 number of knit is done, we are going to work 2 more knit. That's the edge stitch. After that a pearl to balance the pattern, and here we have 10 number of stitches. Let's repeat the sequence again. It's going to be 2 number of knit. Now shifting of the second stitch to the front position from the back side, and then we work 2 number of knit. Yarn forward, 2 number of pearl. Yarn backwards. Now again shifting of the stitch from the front side of the work, and let's work 2 number of knit. Finally we are going to work 2 number of knit. Now 2 stitches left. One is going to be a pearl to balance the pattern. Yarn backwards. The edge stitch is going to be a knit. So the 7th row of the pattern has come to an end. Moving on to the 8th row of the pattern, the edge stitch is slipped off. After that we are going to purl all across. This is the 8th row of the pattern. Now this pattern is a 10 row pattern which requires stitches in the multiple of 10 plus 4. So you have to take stitches according to the requirement of the pattern, and here I am working the 8th row of the pattern, and which is just to purl, and the edge stitch is also going to be a purl. Let us move on to the 9th row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off, yarn forward or purl to balance the pattern, yarn backwards. From here starts the repeat pattern. It's going to be 3 number of knit. Now we are going to shift the stitch again from the back side. The second stitch is going to come in the front, and then we work 2 number of knit. Now again shifting of the stitch from the front side. Sometimes the stitch gets, that's again 2 number of knit. That was shifting, and after that we are working 3 number of knit. So our very first set of pattern is done. That's the edge stitch. After that a purl to balance the pattern, and here I have 10 stitches. This is what we are going to repeat again. It's going to start with 3 number of knit. That's done. Now the 2 stitches are going to twist. That is, the second stitch is going to take the first position, and now we work 2 number of knit. Now again straight away we are going to do the shifting of the second stitch to the front position from the front side of the work. Once we have to do from the back side, once from the front side. After the shifting is done, I worked 2 number of knit. Now let's work 3 number of knit. 1, 2 and 3. We have 2 stitches left. One is going to be purl to balance the pattern, yarn backwards. The edge stitch is going to be a knit. So the 9th row has come to an end. Let us move on to the 10th row of the pattern. The edge stitch is slipped off. After that we are going to purl all across. This is the 10th row or the final row of the pattern, where we just have to purl all across. So this is a 10 row pattern, perfect for sweaters, cardigans, pullovers. Even the freshers can try this pattern. It is extremely easy to follow, and I am working the final row, that is the 10th row of the pattern. And the edge stitch is also going to be a purl. So the 10th row comes to an end. So after completing the 10 rows, this is how our beautiful pattern looks. Now we have to repeat the 10 rows till we reach our desired length. So thank you my dear friends for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it's bye for today. Bye bye.